video, I'm going to show you one of the best ways I made money as a data analyst before I even got employed. We're going to be building this business system from scratch. This is an income and expense tracker business system that companies are in desperate need of and are willing to pay a lot of money for it. I'm not just going to teach you how to create this business system, I'm also going to teach you how to sell it and make a lot of money from it. Now, if you look over here, you'll see systems like this are already being sold to small businesses every single day. And not just that, I'm also going to show you how to find small businesses and clients all over the world that actually need of this business system. Because once you create this business system just one time, you get to keep reselling it over and over again, and to continue to generate income for you as a data analyst, keep giving you money repeatedly. And when you learn how to properly position the value of this system, businesses will actually start reaching out to you because they genuinely need it. So this is a very important video you need to watch till the end, especially if you're a data analyst or in any area of tech. Get your laptop ready, open your Google Sheet, grab your notes, and let's build something businesses are willing to pay for. Hi guys, so this is the business system we're going to be creating today. This is an income and expense tracker I built for a mini mart for down here in Nigeria. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview so we're going to see what we're going to build today. So this is the transaction pane. This is where the staff of the company will just come, double click this, fill in the date. If in case they have a new transaction, so they just come here and input it. So let's just do that and put in the value. Let's say they spent this total amount of money on this transaction, and automatically it's going to actually appear here. So this would help the business be able to track both their expense and income and know if they are making money or they are actually having loss for this particular month and for which particular month they actually have loss. So when companies and business actually have their hands on this kind of system, it's actually very powerful for them because they wouldn't be needing a data analyst anymore. And that is why these businesses would desperately be in need of this, especially when you now even let them know the important part of having this kind of business system. Do you understand? So this is the way you can actually make money. So I'm going to put you through the full guide on how to create this particular system today. So the first thing you're going to do when you come over to your search, you search for Google Sheets, because we're going to be building on Google Sheets, and you sign in. So now this is our Google Sheet. Let's put it on the full mode, because I always love it being on full mode. Then we do, okay. So the first thing we're going to do is to add 3 sheets. Now we have our first sheet, our second sheet, and our third sheet, right? So we're going to change the first sheet name to setup. We're going to change the second sheet name to transactions. Make sure you get the spellings right because they are very, very important. We're going to change the third sheet to monthly overview. Monthly overview. And yeah, I think that's great. So the next thing we're going to do is to come over here, highlight on your column E, then press Ctrl Shift and the right arrow key. When you press Ctrl Shift and the right arrow key, if you're using the Apple MacBook, you press Command Shift. So you're going to delete these whole rows. When you right click, delete the columns of E and to Z rather. So the next thing we're going to do is to come over here. Okay, let's change this stuff. So press Ctrl and tap your D column. So we want to resize this particular column. We want to change it into the 30. Now press your column B and press Ctrl and press your column C. Hold your Ctrl while you press the column C or your command. Then you want to resize the selected column to 200. Now it's better like this. The next thing we're going to do, go to transactions, highlight on the column H, then you press Ctrl Shift and the right arrow key to highlight the right side of the sheet. Now you delete this whole columns. Now the next thing we're going to do is, while our column G is still on, we are now going to press Ctrl and highlight this A so that we can resize it. So we're going to resize these 2 columns into 30. Then we are going to resize this column D into 185. Then resize the column F into 365. Now this is perfect. I'm just trying to make the arrangement, the necessary arrangement so that we can actually have a smooth work over here. When you come to this column key, highlight it. Now press Ctrl Shift and the right arrow key to highlight the right side of the sheet. Now you delete the right side of the sheet, which is what delete columns to what columns K to Z. Now we have this. While our J is still highlighted, you press your Control or your Command on MacBook, Control, and tap on the column A. Press your Control again, tap on the D, and do the same for the word G. Now when you press resize, you want to resize this. Oh, it didn't highlight. Let's do that again. So that we can do what we need to do. Resize these selected columns to 30. For this, do the same thing. Hold your control while you tap on them. Then get this into what 120. Then put your F and your what I. Select them into what resize them into what 180. Now we've had our spreadsheet set up. So the next thing we're going to do is actually to fill in the values in our setup. Do you understand? The first thing we're going to do over here is to merge these two. I want you to make sure that whatever cell I'm using the cell B2 and C2. Use the same cell. Do you understand? Just make sure you're doing an accurate work with me. So we're going to shift this down a bit. We're going to call this income and expense category. Income and expense category. Then we're going to come over here. We'll say we want to call this income. It's going to mistakenly highlight. So you just have to delete this side. Good. So we're going to call this one expense. Do you understand? Now we're going to do this. So we're going to add a border here. We're going to add a black border here. Now the next thing we're going to do is I'll be making some edits now. So the next thing we're going to do is to make this denominator. Then put it in the center. We want it to be in the center and vertically aligned. Great. So now we're going to highlight these two columns again, make it bold. Do you understand? Then for this, we're going to do the same thing. Highlight this particular column. When we highlight this particular column, we'll increase the length a bit. Then it's bold. So this is what we just want to achieve. Do you understand? So the next thing we're going to do here is to come to this income side. Do you understand? And add the value. So in this particular income side, it matters. What actually matters is what particular company are you setting this tracker for. So at every point in time, you will find yourself, if another different kind of company order this kind of tracker, you would always change the setup. Do you understand? So this is a mini-mart, and the mini-mart gets income from product sales. Do you understand? They get income from wholesale sales. They get income from delivery income. They get income from brand partnership. They get income from space rental. In a mini mart, they used to give space to other kind of business that would also want to sell inside the mini mart. Do you understand? And for the expenses, they make expenses on on stock purchases. So I think at this particular one, you ask them what you want, you fill it from them. Do you understand? So they make expenses on electricity bill. They make expenses on rent. Expenses also on salaries of their staffs, logistics, and packaging. Because you all know that for a mini mart, they have their branded nylon. You understand, that they use to make sales and all those kind of stuff. So this is what is going to be our setup, and then we're going to move over to our transaction. But before we do that, before we move over to the transaction, we're going to highlight this. I want to show you something now. Now take it down to 54. Should we say 54? Yeah, 54. Let's work with 54. Now add a round border to this. Do you understand? Great. So we want to now add a gray border. We want to add a gray horizontal border rather. Okay, I think I made a mistake. Change this black back to black. Then when you highlight this one, yes, you now change this one to what? Gray. So we want to highlight this is a horizontal border. We're going to add a horizontal border to this. Do you understand? And the next thing we're going to do is, after we've done that, the next thing we're going to do is come here, highlight this, change the view, remove the grid line. Now we have just our income and expense category tracker here. So the next thing we're going to do is to highlight this place, press Ctrl Shift and the down arrow key. Ctrl Shift and the down arrow key. If you're using a MacBook, it's Command Shift and the down arrow key, and you delete the rows. So now we just have what we'll be needing. So we are not done. We have to get like a vertical stop. So when you highlight it again, you come here, you add the vertical border. First change this color before you add it. Add the vertical border. So this is perfect. This is what we need. Do you understand? Now we'll go over to transaction. We are done with that setup. Now for the transaction, we are going to first highlight this place. We are going to merge this. Now we're going to call this transactions. Do you understand? We're going to come to the number 5th cell, 5th row rather, put date, come over here, put type, come over here, put category, come over here, put amount, then description. Do you understand? So this is how it's going to be. So when you highlight this, you know that this is supposed to have a rounded border, and these two have a full border instead. Then we want it to be in the center, right? Then we're going to come here, we'll make it no need to again, and put them in the center, and make it vertically aligned in the middle. Now you highlight this particular one, you increase the font size of it. Do you understand? I think we can take it to 19 or 20. Yeah. It's not even bold yet. So make it bold. Add the bold feature to each and every one of them. Great. So now this is how it is. So the next thing we want to do is to give the space so that the company can actually have enough transactions. So I want the company to be able to have up to 2,000 transactions. It matters on what the company tell you, how much transaction they make. So you just make your calculation. So if the companies are getting 2,000 transactions, I'm going to add extra 1,006. So add extra 1,000. So this is 2,006 column that we have over here. Now, when you go up, when you hold this, you come over here. While you press this, so you're going to press Ctrl Shift and the down arrow key. It highlights everything. Hold your control or your command, then unhighlight this particular side. Do you understand? So we're going to add a border to this now. Add a round border. Where is it? Yes. Add a round border and a vertical border. Do you understand? So this is what we have. Now, when you add this horizontal border, add horizontal border, but now we're going to change the color of the horizontal border to to gray. Do you now understand? So we're also going to come here, highlight this, change the view, press show, remove the grid lines. Do you understand? So now let's try to fill in the values. So when you come over here, you can see that we can actually come and put 1/1/2026. And when you do that, you can actually fill it. You can actually fill it and everything will work. Do you understand? But that's not what we want. We want for the company to have a great and a smooth transaction. So we want to make this particular place pop up. Now, just watch what I'm gonna do. When you right click, when you hold this same place, you press Ctrl Shift and your down arrow key, hold your control and highlight this. Now, you right click here, go down to view more cell actions. You have what? A data validation, add rule. Come over here to add the rule. Now we want to add rule of what is a validate. Press done. Now at every point in time, if you come here, when you double click it, we now have, so this is one of the ways. Now you've also learned one of the ways you can actually add the calendar even to your data set. Do you understand? So this is actually a very powerful tutorial I'm actually giving you out there. So this will help the company when they come over here, when they have a transaction in May 26 or whatever particular time, they can actually just come here and make the necessary edit. Now the next thing we want to put over here is our type. So we are going to hold this now. While this is on this, you press Ctrl Shift and the down arrow key. Hold your control and unhighlight this place. Now you're going to add rule. Now for this rule, we are going to change this to what? Income, expense. We are going to also what? The color for the income, we want the color to have a slight green. Then for the expense, we want it to have a slight red. Do you understand? So now it's having this bubble color, but I don't want the bubble color. I want it to have the arrow, in the sense that when you just come here, you can be able to choose that income or expense. Now, for us to get this category, we have, let's press done. For us to get this category, we have some things we need to put in place. Do you understand? We have to do something, and I want you to watch what I'm about to do now, because we have to connect this particular transaction to this particular setup. Now, the first thing we're going to do is to come here, add end, and add end here. So we're going to now add a new sheet. Now in this new sheet, we're going to press equal to, let's come in. Is equal to what? This new sheet is equal to product sales. Press enter. Now you come over here. So that end we add is going to help us know when that this particular stuff is going to end. Okay, so they said it's ending here. So we're going to highlight this particular place and delete it. Do you understand? You're going to delete it. The next thing, you come here, press equal to again. Go to your setup. Press enter. Now we have this. We're also going to come down here till it ends. Great. So now we even met it where it actually ended. So now that we have this, you're going to come here, because now it's actually automated. Just automatically it's automated. If you come here and you remove this end, you'll find out that we no longer have the end here. Now, before we do anything further, I'm going to highlight this same part where it ended. I'm going to highlight it and go above towards product sales and add the border. You must do this. If you've not done this, just make sure that you highlight it and add the border, because you'll be needing the border to be there so that you know the end. So you're going to add a round border, change the color to black. Great. So now we need, for this particular transaction, we're going to come here, we're going to add a rule. Now to add a rule, we're going to tell them that for this particular rule, we want a drop down from range. So we're going to add this range. To select the range, we're now going to come here, tap on this and go down. Now this is the reason why we needed the border, so that we're going to know where we're going to end. Do you understand? So you want to press OK. Now we have what we need. So at every point in time, we want the situation whereby even if they come here and change the setup, do you understand? Even they come here and change the setup, it should also change in the transaction, so that we can be able to have, it should be automated. This is how to automate it. Do you understand? So we're going to come to advanced options. We're going to add arrow. Do you understand? And we're going to press done. Now, meaning that when we come to this transaction, we get to choose between whatever that is wholesales, because okay, let's say wholesale is X is in the income, and oh my bad. So I think I made a mistake. Yes, I made a mistake. So for this particular place, let me remove this. So to be able to achieve wait. So to be able to achieve what we need, now that we have our sheet 4 and we have our setup, we are going to actually what? Tap this and press Ctrl Shift and the down arrow key. Now press Ctrl and unhighlight this. So we're going to what? We have our category, we're going to add a rule. Now we want to add a rule from a drop down from a range. Do you understand? So we're going to now select the range. So when you come to your sheet 4, you will now what? Select from that underside down to what? Product sales. Then press OK. Now it will automatically, we now have our preference. Now the reason why we need this is to actually automate these stuffs, because now we've connected this setup to what? This transaction what sheet. Now we don't want it to be in the bubble form, we want it to be in the arrow form. You can just do it based on preference or based on what you like the better. Now we have this, we can be able to choose whether it's okay. Let's say this is income sales. Yes, we can do this. Then we can actually see salary. So why the company themselves now have what? A better way of what? Inputting their data. When you double click here, you have what? You can choose between February. When you double click here, you can actually what? Do the same thing. Do you understand? So this is how great this can actually be. So now I want to teach you how to change the what? Currency of the amount. So when you press Ctrl Shift and the down arrow key, hold your Ctrl and unhighlight that please, or your command if you're using the MacBook. The next thing you're going to do is to what? Come to this number. So in case whatever company you are working with, you have to what? Know the kind of currency they are working with before you can actually do. So this is a way of getting the currency of whatever country that gave you the gig, or that gave you the work, or that asked you to what? Make edit for them. So let's work with the Nigerian company, with the Nigerian country rather. Okay, so now when you come over here, you input, let's say 20,000 or 200,000. Automatically what? We have the what? Effect here. So it's written in Naira. Do you understand? You can come here, put a description. It's not really important. Let's just say free ad and maybe free delivery, anything. Do you understand? So for this transaction, please, I think we are quite done with it. Then now let's move to the main. Do you understand? Let's move to the monthly overview. Now over here, okay, let's press this done. Now over here we have it's going to be very technical, and I want you to pay full attention to it. Now you're going to highlight from the number 2 down to number 4 of this cell, B2 to what? B4. Now you're going to merge it. Let me remove this first. Now we want to merge it. We are going to add merge it. So now we have this merging. We are going to what? Merge these two cells too. Yes. Then we are going to what? Add a border. We're going to add an all-round border, a full border to this. Do you understand? So now this is going to be called what? Select the what? Month and year. Do you understand? We're going to come here. The next thing we're going to do is put our month and put our year. Do you understand? So the next thing we're going to do is to what? Have a what? Select this whole thing, add a what? All borders. Now when you come here, we're going to put our income. So it's in this place that we're going to have our dashboard. Do you understand? Where the company can be able to what? Access their what? Their analysis and put the recommendations and everything that they'll be needing. So we're going to have the expense. Then we're going to have the what? The remaining balance. The balance. So we're going to merge these two again. Then we're going to also what? merge down to what, 30. Now we're going to add the word border. Do you understand? We're going to add the border. Oh, let me add the all borders rather. So after we've added the all borders, I think that's number one thing we need. Now cash flow. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna call it. Do you understand? So when we need press enter. So the next thing we're going to do is, for this we want this to be equal to what, this month. Press enter. Now we've been able to work with this. We're going to what, merge these two. Now we're going to what, merge this one down to this section. Merge this one because this particular place is for our pie chart. Do you understand? So we're going to call this income. Income, expense. Do you understand? Now we're going to what, add our borders, all borders. We're going to do the same over here. Add our all borders. Great. Okay, add borders to this. Add the round border to this. Do you understand? So from here we're going to now do a different thing. We're going to do the same thing by merging this. Then we're doing the same thing by merging this. Now you're going to call this income. And what? I didn't merge this. We're going to call this expense. Now we're going to call this category. An amount. Okay, I think this is not what it's supposed to be, because this column, I think so it's the category that is supposed to have the 180. Let's resize this column. 180 column for the category. Category is way bigger. Therefore, this one is going to have the 120. The amount is going to have the 120 for the size. We're going to do the same thing over here. I think that was a slight mistake we made. Do you understand? So the category has a what, tendency to have a larger amount of what, text, but the amount is definitely going to be what, contained. So we're going to do the same over here. Category, come here, amount. Great. So we're going to now what, put this together, add the border. Great. Do the same, add the what, border, all borders. So the first thing we're going to do, I want to highlight this, I want to reduce this a bit. Now I'm going to come here, press it, change it to what, Nunito, and what, make it in the center, and what, vertically aligned. Great. So now we're going to come here, add the border. For this, add the border. Add the borders here too. Sorry, instead of I meant make it bold. Do you understand? Not border. Make it bold. We're going to do the same over here to make it bold. Do the same here to make it bold, and we'll just keep doing it for all the headers. Do you understand? So this is it. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to, and for this sheet 4, I forgot, this sheet 4 is not going to be there. So it's going to be like one of our hidden sheets, our secret recipe that nobody know about. Do you understand? So that's actually how it used to be. So you come here, you hide the sheet. Now you come to this setup. We're going to add end. We're going to do that same trick we did then. End, and we'll come here, press end. Do you understand? So for the monthly overview, for this category side, we're going to have it to be equal to, come here, come to this setup. So this is going to be equal to this. Press enter. Now when you press enter, you come here, you can now what? Select downward. Okay, so this is where it ended. Press delete or backspace. Do you understand? Now you do the same thing for here. Press equal to, come over here in the setup, go to the what expense side, press enter. Now resize it downward to the what the same what length. Now you come here, when you remove this end, you find out that what we no longer have it here. So automatically we've automated our what category. So if there's any change in our setup, it's all going to affect it. Do you understand? So now the next thing we need to do is to what? Oh my God, we're not supposed to remove it because we needed it to what? We needed it to what? Add our borders. Okay, let's go back. So now we still have it, right? Great. So we're going to add our borders. That's what we need to do. So we're going to add our borders, add a round border first, a black round border, add a black round vertical border. Then for the horizontal border, we want to make it what? Gray. Do you understand? Now you do the same over here. Highlight it down to end. You add your border, change this to what? Or while it is still gray, add the horizontal border. Then when you go to the round border, you change it to what? Black. Sorry, it went out. Do you understand? Then you what? Add the what? Outer border, then a what? Vertical border, black vertical border. So this is what it looks like currently. Now when you come over here, you what? You view it, then you what? Remove the grid lines. Now we have, look how beautiful this is. Look at how far we've been able to come. This is amazing. I'm really, really proud of you. And if you've come this far, I'm really, really proud of you. So now the next thing we just want to do is to what? Automate it with our formulas, whereby the month should be able to change and everything should be able to change. Do you understand? If you've watched this video all the way to this point, it means you found it very, very valuable. This is a growing channel, and one of the best ways to support this channel is by actually subscribing and liking this video. I'm committed to sharing practical knowledge and insight with you regularly, and your support helps me continue creating content that benefits the data analysis community as a whole. So if you've enjoyed this video to this extent, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share to other data analytics or anyone interested in how to make money as a data analyst and how to get a job as a data analyst. We are building a community where people can come and learn together, connect, and grow together in this particular field of data analysis. Subscribing will not take you up to 2 minutes, it will even take you up to 2 seconds. Click the subscribe button, like this video. Let's continue. So the next thing we are going to do is to what? Have a month and a year drop down list. So when you right click there, you go to this view more cells. We're going to get the data validation. We want to add a row of drop down. Now you're going to use your hand and fill this January, February, March, April, December. So now we have our full value here. Do you understand? We're going to go to this advanced option and change it to what? Arrow. Do you get? So we're going to press done. Now when we have this, we want it to what? Showing February. Now you see that it's just displaying here because we put this control. We put an equals to sign here. Do you remember? So now anything we choose here would always display in that particular side. Do you understand? Now we're going to do the same for year. If you notice, we can actually just put 2025 or whatever, but we want it to be also in the drop down list. So we're going to add a rule there. Put what? 2026. The next one should be what? 2027, 2028, 2029, 2030. Now we are done. Do the same what? Make it what? An advanced option. Then change it to what? Arrow. Now you press done, then that's great. So when you come over here, you get to choose between each and every one of them. So we want to do a hidden formula. Now most of all these trackers used to have this hidden formula that the companies are not actually aware of. Do you understand? Now we're going to what? Come here. Now if you check the description of this video, you're going to see a file where I named formula file. The reason why I'm doing that is because if I let you type it, you might type error or mistake. So I always would save this kind of formulas in a file, especially if you watch my tutorial videos. So when you go there, you're going to see this particular formula. Do you understand? So now this is the formula we're going to use. Copy that formula and put it here. Now make sure that let me just teach you the formula. Now this C7 means that what this January. So if in case your January this month, while you're trying to set up your whole stuff, and you notice that your January, your own side of the month is not in the C7, what you just do is you delete this C7 from here and select where your January is, and you'll be able to achieve this. Do you understand? Now you press enter. Now what this thing is what we're trying to do, we're trying to represent our month with numbers, because that is how Google Sheets interpret what months. So when you come here, when you select February, automatically change to 2. Do you understand? Now the next thing we're going to do is press our date equals to date. So we want the year, so this is the year, comma what? The month. So we're going to use this as the month instead, comma 1. So we've gotten the what side of the, this is showing 1990 because we've not selected the year. Show 2026, now it changes. Do you understand? Now we want to get the end of the month, EO month. Say bracket equals to what the start date, comma what 0. Press enter. So now this is the end of that month. You know February always ends in 28. This is 31st. So this is how it is. So now we're going to do something to this. We want to hide this. Do you understand? But we still need it. But I'm going to show you how we're going to hide it. We're going to resize this to 30. And then we're going to change the text color to white. So it blends in, and we're going to reduce it down to 1. It's still there because we need it. It's still there, but it's not visible anymore. So do you understand? So now we'll be moving down here. So this income, we want this income to be equals to what? Sum of what? Every amount in this income. Do you understand? This is what we want. Press your enter. It's currently 0. One thing I notice is we still have some extra spaces. When you highlight this, let's do from 67, press Ctrl Shift and the down arrow key. Delete this. Is not necessary. We don't need it. This is all we need. Do you understand? So now we have this. The next thing we're going to do is what? Now we're going to get the what sum for the expenses. You would highlight this down. Do you understand? But no, for the balance, we're going to use income minus grade. So this is how it's currently looking. Now, we're going to also get a formula. Now, when you check the description of this video, when you check the description of this video, you're going to see a formula I'm going to put here now. Okay, so now this is the formula because I just went here, you type this. So what you're going to do is you go to the description of this video again, the description of this video, you will see this formula, the one for the income. This is how you know the one for the income, the one that has the income formula. So you're going to copy this formula and paste it here. Do you understand? Now I want to explain what this formula is just trying to do. Now, so that when you don't, for you to not get error, this E5 is basically this. So make sure that your E5, sorry, your E15 and your E15 here is what? This. So I'm just saying it in case we don't have the same arrangement. Do you understand? In case we don't have the same arrangement here where your E15 is not the product sales or is different. So this is what, so what you're going to do, if your own is different, you just come here, you delete this, then tap the particular cell your product sales is. So what we want to do is what? We are starting with the E15, which is the what? Product sale. I'm telling you in case you have a what different one. So when you press enter, we have what amount equals to what 0. Do you understand? So we do down and we do the same over here. Good. So let me remove this setup. Nothing's supposed to be here. Okay. Now this is great. Also, the the borderline. For the horizontal, for the this thing, I want it to be, I noticed it changed. So we're going to change this back to gray. Do you understand? I think this was the gray we used, right? Then we're going to have our border back, because it's like it changed our border to, when you tap on the border, you change it to black. Good. So this is how it's going to be. Do you understand? So now the reason why it's 0 here is because we've not actually put any transaction. I'm going to do that, but for now I just want to set everything up. So for here now, we're going to actually do what? Our stock purchase, we're going to see the same formula for expense there. Now when you check the screen of this video again, that same file that has formula, you're going to see the formula for expense. You copy it and you paste it here. Now in case you have a different arrangement, this H15 and this H15 is what you're going to change. Do you understand? You're going to change it to this. So what you're just going to make sure to do is, while you are trying to build this thing, make sure that you're using the same amount of cells I use whenever I use them. Just follow it accordingly so that you can get an accurate result. Do you understand? So when you press enter, it gives us 0 because I've not actually filled anything yet. Do you understand? So we'll come down, we'll copy it, making sure everything is good. So you come to borders again, you do that stuff we did. Make the borders full black. Then your horizontal border, we are going to make it what? The light gray color. Do you understand? So this is how it's going to be. So now let me add a full data set here. Let me do that now. So now when you notice over here, you can see that I've now been able to add extra rows, because without this, I've been able to fill it, this transaction, just like I acted like as if I was the staff. Now, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to have any of this. Now, if you notice over here, due to the fact that I filled in the transaction, if we come here, if we change the month, we can check out transaction that happened in February. This is everything that happened. We can check out transaction that happened in May, and this is how it actually is. And this is why this kind of trackers are very necessary to small businesses. And this is why a lot of small businesses, when you pitch to them the importance of having this kind of thing to them, they will be ready to pay any amount of money. Even me, if I had a business, I would have this tracker in my business, because it literally saved me work of having to document and call an auditor to be able to check out things and all that stuff. So what we're going to do next is, you highlight this. I want to change this to Naira. It should be in the currency. You come down to this place, add your currency. Do the same over here. Add your currency. And that's perfect. So now what we need to do is to make our chart, add our chart. But before we do that, look at this place. We need to add this 25. Is 25 okay? Let me check it in January. I think I would, yeah. Okay, so in January is okay. We need to make it bold. Yeah, we need to make this bold. Oh, sorry. When you highlight this, you just need to make it bold. Great. So now this is what we have. So for the cash flow, we want to input the chart for the cash flow. When you go to insert, you see where you can input chart. Okay, now you resize this chart very well so that you know what you're working with. So now this chart is going to show us a lot of things. So now you go to the data range, you remove this data range. So the first data range is going to be income and expense. Add on that data range is going to be this. You press OK. Now it's going to visualize this. They are going to take these visuals into this. Do you understand? That's the importance of having this chart. Good. So now let's customize this chart to fit what we need. When you double click on this, you have this. So now we want to make the income slight green, and we want the color of the border to be black. When you double click on this expense, it brings out this. Now we want to make this one slight red, and the borders to be black. Do you understand? Now the next thing we're going to do is to go back to customize. When you're in customize, you uncheck this place first. You go to the grid lines. We are going to remove the major grid lines. Do you understand? Then you go to the vertical axis. When you get to the vertical axis, you are now going to change the text color to white. I want to make it disappear, so this is one of the best way to do it. Do you understand? Yes. So this is how it is currently. You come over here in the chart style, change the background color to none, change everything to none, and what else? Yes, I think that's just it. So now you see that we now have our chart just like this. So it's not obvious that something is here, something was here before. Do you understand? Because we don't need that number. What we need is the chart. So when you come to this same chart, I want to add a label. So we go to the series. You see where we can actually add our label. Now we want the label to be up, yes, but we want the color of the label to be black. Do you understand? So this is how it is currently. So now we have our cash flow. The next chart we're going to be working on is the income and the expense pie chart. So when we come here again, you insert the pie chart. You tell them you want it in pie chart, actually. So now you go to the data range. For the data range, it's going to be a little bit tricky, but resize this better so you know what you're doing. Now you will tap on this, move this here. Now for the first data range, we want it to be coming from what? Coming from product sales down to what? This side, the end of it. Now the next add on that data range, we want to be coming from this to what? To the same line. Can you see? So that's F15 to what? E65. You press what? Okay. Now automatically it has like this kind of thing. So we want the customizing it. When we customize it, we want the legend to be on the what? Right side, on the left side. This is how it looks currently. This is actually amazing. Trust me, I'm so happy I'm getting to teach you all these kind of important things to do. This is a way you can actually make. I made money from this because a lot of companies, when I reach out to them, were like, wow, are you true? Are you serious? They checked it out. We had a Zoom call and they instantly bought it without wasting my time. Without wasting my time. I was not employed then, but I was making money as a data analyst. I'm damn serious. So this is our first chart. I think this is okay, but what we just need to do is let's just have it like a quick something. So for the pie slice, okay, not this. Now for the pie chart, we want the border color to be black. Do you understand? So they can be very, very visible that there's a difference. So when you do this, you copy this. We're going to copy this chart. Now we're going to paste it here. Do you understand? So we're going to make edits. Do you understand? Now we're going to double tap it. When you double tap it, you go to the to this data range side. We're going to change this. We're going to put this, and for this we're going to put this. This is amazing. This is amazing. And please, if you've not subscribed to this YouTube channel, this is a growing channel, and the best way you can support this channel is by subscribing. Please click the subscribe button, and I'm sure for you to watch to this end, for you to watch to this extent, it means that you love this video. Click the like button and turn on notification, because I'm sure for you to watch to this end. So this is actually amazing. Do you understand? When you press OK, the chart actually changes. Do you understand? So now we have our expense and we have our what? So I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I got to teach you all this. So this is what our chart now looks like. When you come over here, we have our transaction place, but we're not done. I want to teach you how to make it look more beautiful. There are ways you can actually make it fine. Do you understand? So you come here, you change the fill color to gray. Let's change it to a lighter one. Do you understand? Now, oh no, let me change this one specifically to a lighter one. Do you understand? Exactly. So this is how it's going to be. So for the transaction, we're going to give it a dark gray also. Now we're going to what? Align this with a more lighter gray. Do you understand? So this is how it is. For the monthly overview, we're going to come here, change the colors. No, nothing's going to be there. For the cash flow, we're going to change the color to this light gray. Same as the income to this light gray. No, income is going to be green. Sorry, this light green. Income is going to now be what? The same thing, the green. Expense is going to be what? The red. Do you understand? Now voila. Can you see the beauty of this? And this is not just a regular dashboard. When you do something like this, trust me, you're going to be very, very proud of yourself. Now you successfully created this business system from scratch. But here's the thing. Building a business system is only half the work. The real question is, how do you turn this into an actual income? How do you make money from this business system? Well, in my next video, I'm going to show you how to package this business system properly, position it properly, and get it in front of people who are willing and desperate to pay enough money for it. I'm going to also show you different ways data analysts can actually monetize systems like this, whether through the digital product, the client work, or through custom solutions. So if you don't want to miss my next video, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the bell to turn on notification of this channel so that when I make my next post, you'll be notified immediately. And if you would like me to share more business system ideas to you so that you can what privately monetize and what sell out this business system, comment business in the comment section and I'll put together a list to you and send it to you immediately. Also, if you're interested in the 5-month paid mentorship program where I take you from being a beginner data analyst to a master independent data analyst in the space of 5 months, my LinkedIn link is in the description of this video. Reach out to me on LinkedIn so I can send you the full package so that we can start immediately. See you in my next video.